All right, hey guys, I want to come on real quick, and I apologize. My neighbor is driving around on his little four-wheeler, so it's a little bit noisy, but I did want to make this video real quick because I had a moment, and I'm going to just do my face real quick, but I'm going to just talk about something that might help some of you, okay? So I know a lot of people are extremely sensitive to plant oils, plant ingredients on their skin. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you are sensitive to them on your skin, you could potentially be extremely sensitive to them on the inside too and just not know it. Okay, so if you're eating plant foods, they might be doing the same thing on the inside. Just saying, okay? It's true for a lot of people, all right? So, I wanted to mention that plant oils contain all sorts of chemicals, okay? Tons of them. And I'm not going to get into details about all of them. You could just say they're byproducts of plant metabolism, which can have incredibly powerful benefits. They can be healing, they can act as antioxidants, they can act as signaling substances. They can do all sorts of things, okay? Very beneficial things. But they can also be highly irritating to people with sensitive skin, okay? And if you don't use them properly, they can be bad. Some people can just not use them because their skin is just too sensitive. Their body is just not, their body just isn't happy with a lot of plant chemicals on it, if any at all, okay? And there's a lot of reasons for that, okay? It's a lot of reasons for that. And I'm not going to get into it here, but these are the byproducts of plant metabolism that create medicine, active ingredients, however you want to look at it, okay? And they work well for a lot of people, but there's going to be people that are extremely sensitive and cannot use them. So these are people that are like, you know, I can't use natural products, okay? They're very, very irritating for their skin, okay? And it's real. So animal fats do not contain those secondary metabolites, those byproducts of plant metabolism, because they're not plants, okay? So animal fats don't contain those active chemicals that are known to be irritating to the skin, okay? They are much more compatible with human skin. I am not going to say that it is identical to human sebum. It's not, okay? They absolutely are not, but they're very, very compatible with human skin because we are apex predators. We are meant to be eating these fats, and by putting them on our skin generally receives them very, very well. Now, I understand that there's people that are outside of that and their skin is highly reactive. They are either, you know, suffering from acne or other skin imbalances, okay? And animal fats could potentially, you know, not be great for their skin because their skin is struggling, okay? Their skin is struggling, and these could be too occlusive for them, okay? They could just be too rich and occlusive for them because their skin is not working the way their skin should be working. It's actually under duress. And there's a lot of reasons for their skin to be under duress, okay? And for people that have acne, there's a few different things that come up. It could be something as simple as malnutrition. You're not getting the right nutrients. You're not eating the right kind of fats to actually create healthy sebum, fats, nutrients, and other food things, okay, altogether. If you don't have a human appropriate diet, you are not likely to have healthy sebum. Then you have issues of oxidation, okay, which means what your body is making, your body is so damaged and unhealthy that it's actually oxidizing those substances, okay, your sebum and, you know, the oil that your body is producing. it's getting oxidized by these free radicals, reactive oxygen species, free radicals, okay? So it's a really complicated issue and there's a lot going on, but a lot of it is related to diet, lifestyle, things that we're doing, exposure to toxins, and some of it is external as well. What you're doing, what you're not doing, and exposure to certain things on the outside. So it's really all of the things that we need to look at. And that's why acne needs internal correction as much as external support, okay? And again, it's not what this video is about. I'm really just talking about how animal fats tend to be significantly less reactive than plant oils for people with sensitive skin. And again, depending on your skin type, to find the right animal fats that work for your skin, you know, might be a little trial and error. There's several different animal fats. I mix them all together and I use a big mix of all of them. I use tallow, pork lard, duck fat, and ghee at the moment. And it works great for my skin. I'm using ghee right now because I ran out of my animal fats. Well, I have some, I'm just melting it down right now and I have to like remake it, but I just pulled some ghee out of the fridge and I'm just smearing this into my skin right now. But if you have acne prone skin, some people do okay with the animal fats, but other people don't, simply because it's just too occlusive for their skin. And the ratio of the fatty acids is not compatible with their dysfunction, okay, with their dysfunctional skin. So there's that. So I don't mean to imply that it's going to work for everybody, but if you are somebody who's just not able to use plant oils on your skin and you have relatively okay skin, you may want to try some animal fats. You may want to, okay? So they know that it is a myth that your body producing too much oil or too much sebum isn't what causes acne, okay? It's when these oils and the sebum get oxidized, damaged, get all clogged in there. Okay, it's not the fact that your body is making it. It's the fact that there's a lot of other stuff going on, okay? And a lot of acne has been linked to vitamin A deficiency, okay? And again, it's fat soluble. Most people don't eat enough fat, so they're not getting enough, and they're often not getting enough other vital nutrients as well, all right? So again, it's a huge, huge issue. And of course, dermatologists don't look at it because it's too much for them to take on. It's just, you know, not what they're trained to do. They're trained to just prescribe, which unfortunately never corrects the problem. And so your problem continues to go on and on and on. And the damage that it's causing to your skin is also happening to the rest of your body. So you're just palliating and pacifying. And it's never a good idea. Never. It's always good to treat the root cause, okay? But you may want to look into animal fats if your skin is really, really sensitive. And again, I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, okay? But it's a good option if you need to try something else, okay? And you need to make sure that your oils are not rancid. You want to make sure they're fresh and get to know what it smells like. So when it starts to go bad, you don't put it on your skin anymore. And again, this is the ghee. Really greasy. I put a lot on too. But I'm gonna let this kind of melt into my skin. It smells like butter. I prefer it mixed with all the other fats though. But this is just what I grabbed at the moment. But I did just want to share with you guys. Okay. So again, a lot of people end up using synthetic products because they're sensitive to plant oils. But I would suggest you might want to try some animal fats. Okay. And again, will they make you break out? Will they not make you break out? You won't know until you try. That's just the truth of it. You won't know until you try. And I like a mix because that way you get a more varied fatty acid profile and it's not just like dumping, one particular fat on your skin every day. I like the mix. I like the blend personally. And my skin does beautifully with animal fats. I'm also 57, okay? I don't have, teenage acne skin where I'm eating a high carbohydrate diet and have tons of oxidation going on in my body and tons of nutrient deficiencies. And, I don't have any of that stuff going on. Okay, so again, everything is relative, but I'm just wanting to put that out there. If you love the idea of using natural products but are struggling with plant oils, maybe try some animal fats. Okay, signing out.